It's time for Sollie's Daily Donut.
Yes, it is. And Wednesday the 10th of March brings us probably a very predictable donut. But let's talk about it, shall we?
All right, let's talk.
So yesterday it happened. The original Mr. Divide Opinion, the original Mr. Marmite, the original Mr. I can shout louder than you and not let you speak. In fact, let's go even further back and take it old school. The original Mr. I'm going to listen to your phone calls whether you let me or not. Yeah, Piers Morgan got told by more than 41,000 viewers, ITV and our good friends at Ofcom, that it was time to... Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. Right, now before we go on, let me just say, I was never really a Piers Morgan fan. I thought he was a complete wrong'un, especially for his past behaviour. Plus he's an Arsenal fan. An Arsenal fan, I might add, who yesterday I saw on a poll had been voted the famous fan that most gooners wish was associated with another club. Now, bear in mind, it's known that Bin Laden has attended Arsenal matches in the past, all right, first of all. Plus, they've got all that noisy lot from Arsenal Fan TV, all of them. But no, they would rather get rid of Piers Morgan.
Wow, you are on some next level today.
Right, now, however, although I was never a fan, let me just be honest and be transparent around here. Over the last year, Piers started to change my mind. And I'm sure, like many others, like I was happy with the way he was like holding our government to account for the failings, the lies, all the dodgy behaviour during the pandemic. Yep. And I remember having a conversation with my dad and I was like, oh no, I like the way he's using his platform. And my dad was like, hang on, remember people like him always have an agenda. And oh, was he right? Shout out to my dad. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole Meghan said this, Harry said that, and what Piers said about it all. Yep. Right? We all know what was said. We've watched it. We've read it. We've deleted it. We posted about it. We've debated it. Plus, it's all over every news bulletin, and we're going to hear about it for years to come. And to be honest, I don't care whether what was said in the interview upset Piers Morgan. Couldn't care less. Normally, in any situation, not necessarily this one, but normally in any situation, you have three sides to the story. You got the side over there, you got the side over there, and you got the one in the middle, which is the truth. Right, now notice, in none of those three sides was Piers Morgan mentioned. Why? Because you're not involved, mate! Anyway, that's not. Right? That is not why Piers is getting the donut.
I'm just going to have a hole in the donut.
No, we're not going to have a hole in the donut, Piers. Don't worry. Right? Because you are stuffed straight in the middle. Now, I'm sure you'll remember back in 2019, Piers mugged off Alex Beresford live on the show, right? He's the weatherman. And by saying that his job was pointless. To which Alex got up and walked off the set. Now, Piers at that moment called him a drama queen. Yesterday, as I'm sure everybody knows, Alex just spoke his mind in a calm, professional way, but Piers walked off the set himself. Blame it on the weatherman. I mean, I know Piers wants to. I know he wants to, but it's actually his fault. And for someone saying something so calmly to you, like you haven't shouted over every single guest that's ever been on. Who's been saying something that you didn't like, or when people boycott your show because they know they're not going to be able to speak. How are you going to walk off your own show? It's your show, you clown. Are you going to walk out your own house if someone's round and they say something that you don't like? I mean, listen. Now, some people may not know, but Piers and Meghan, right, actually had a few drinks in Piers' local once, and I've got a sound clip of Piers talking about that.
All right.
We had 2 hours in the pub. She had a couple of dirty martinis, had a couple of pints. We got on brilliantly. And then I put her in a cab, and it turned out to be a cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. And then the next night, they had a solo dinner together, and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle.
Imagine losing your job because a lady used you for 3 drinks in a cab, and then 5 years later, you still couldn't find your inner Elsa and let it go!
Mate, that's a proper donut.
I know, Keish. I know. But think about this. Imagine being Piers Morgan and thinking you were actually going to become a regular part of Meghan's life.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Listen, Jack, I know he doesn't. Now, look, I'm going to read a quick tweet that Piers sent out on Monday after his first thing on the show, right? He said, lots of people on here want me fired for expressing my opinion on the Pinocchio princess. If you want to join them, there are various petitions still doing the rounds for the last few times you've all tried and failed to have me fired for saying what I think. Well, I mean, That aged well, didn't it?
You're a donut. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. You're stupid.
Right, now, listen. Piers is getting a donut today for not trusting his gut instinct and for being a hypocrite, not for what people are thinking, right? The hypocrisy in calling Alex Beresford a drama queen in the past, then finding your inner Kardashian 18 months later and doing exactly what he did, not forgetting the irony that you can't let a colleague talk calmly to you on air, but you expect guests to let you shout all over them to the point where we have to turn our TVs down. And now the gut instinct. Your gut instinct told you to get up and walk off. Next time when you decide to walk off, just keep walking. If you had, you wouldn't have had to make the pointless trip back to a place that you've now had to leave permanently a few hours later.
Get out right now. It's the end of you and me.
Tell him, Jojo. Now, he tweeted last night that you should always trust your gut. Well, he has plenty of time to think about that now. Because to be honest, ITV may have said, you know, in the PC way, that he was leaving. But we all know he heard those 3 words, okay?
You're fired. Goodbye.
Yes.
From the arch enemy as well. Wow.